Today we continue with laws of Shabbos. Today's class number 67. We start with Sefer Chofetz Chaim. We're on page 192. Overhearing a threat. In an obvious case where conveying negative information is required, the person is overhearing plot to harm someone. While he have seen that Jew may be in danger. I think we did that. Okay, I think we did it. So next one. The work of Satan. Much of the Satan's efforts are directed toward inciting a strife and toward ensuring that once a feud has erupted, it does not end quickly. As Talmud states, so basically, first he starts the strife and then make sure that we continue fighting. Right? Talmud states, there are two people whom Satan regularly incites, so that at every twilight period on Shabbos Eve, they fought with one another. So it's like a story, right? Rabbi Meir visited there and restrained them for their much twilight. For three such twilight periods. So they always were fighting. So he said, okay, he was coming over for three nights, let's say three Erev Shabbos, and to make sure that there are no fights, right? Twilight period, until he made peace between them. He subsequently heard Satan say, "Woe that Rabbi Meir has removed that one, there is a Satan, from this house. That is from the place where he was previously welcome." It's from Gittin 52a. So that's when we have to be as careful as possible and closer to the candlelight. Okay. The Medrash states the word dispute, machlokes, right, is an acronym of plague, wrath, affliction, curse, conclusion, for ultimately strife brings destruction upon man. The greater the stature of the disputant, the greater is his sin. Meaning that even this guy is fighting. Right? This is why the Torah underscored the fact that those who joined Korach in his rebellion were leaders of the assembly, who summoned for the meeting men of renown. So from Bamidbar 16:2. So the bigger person, the bigger stature of the person, the bigger he'll HaShem, basically what he's doing. All right, let's stop here. No problem. All right. So today I saw the proof whatever we said. I think yesterday. About eating in a restaurant. So it says in the Talmud Kiddushin. So it says the person who eats publicly on the marketplace. So it's comparable to our restaurant. So they say he cannot be a witness. Why he cannot be a witness? Because he has no shame. So a person who has no shame cannot be a witness, right? He can lie, he can cheat and do all of the things. All right, very interesting. So we continue the Melach of building in chapter 30. So we're on page 416, and we go and we started practical applications, right? And we now started with B, doors and windows. Using a door that came off the hinges, right? A door that came off the hinges may continue to be used on Shabbos. That is, if one using the doorway may move the unattached door out of way and pass through, and then replace the door after he passed. Okay. Although one is generally not permitted to attach the object loosely to the structure on Shabbos, this case is different, since the door is made for this purpose and being removed from replaced in the doorway. So it's very interesting example. So let's try to understand. So it was, today I'm not sure how often it's going to happen, but but it depends on these hinges that they have. Let's say the door, regular door into the room, into the doorway, into the hallway, whatever, it came off the hinges. So they say to put on the hinges, you're not allowed to put back on. That's for sure not. But what you can do, you can block the way. For example, my simple example would be if you need to go to the bathroom. Let's say they do renovation in the bathroom, whatever, they took the door out, so you can put it back, go to the bathroom for privacy, and then to take it out. So I mean, move it away, and then put it back to close the pathway. Okay. It follows that only in an actual door may be used in this manner. One may not take a mere piece of wood. There is a sheet of plywood, and it is used to close the doorway. So that's would be like a building already, right? I mean, of course, it's on a rabbinical level, but we got the idea. So door was designed for that, but this plywood was not designed for that. Since the wood is not made to serve as a door, its replacement in a doorway resembles the act of building. Okay, since it the way I understand, since it can stand by itself, you don't need to screw it to the doorway to nothing, right? It can stand by itself. Yeah, go ahead. So it's like loose connection to the door. Yeah.
When is something considered loosely attached?
So this is an example, loosely attached.
I understand, but I'm saying, let's say it has to be in the center of something. What if I place something, if I lean something on something, I don't know, when does it count as loosely?
No. Okay, you're right. In this case, it's if you lean, for example, if you have I guess like first example that popped up in my mind, right? So you have this folding table and you lean against the wall. It's not like you attach the table to the wall. It's understandable. But in this case, in the case of the doorway, it's a little different. So you want to block the entrance. So when you lean this table against the door and at the end of the wall, you just put it there for storage. But when you take this piece of the plywood and you lean against the doorway, and for sure you want to block the doorway so nobody would come in. You understand? So it's two different things. Loose attachment, I would say, I mean, of course it's forbidden rabbinically, but this doorknob, as we were saying, like if you just it consists of two parts, like one with a long thing that you put into the hole, and then another one that's shorter, and then it's screw in. So if you put only one from one side, I mean you can take it out basically if you want. But if you like, if you know how, you can manage to open the door, no problem. So it's loose attachment because nothing is holding it in its place. That would be a loose attachment. And not loose attachment, the tight attachment when you tie with the screws or with other things. Okay, continue. Number 2, replacing door that came off its hinges. So it's using door, it's now replaced. One is forbidden to reattach door that came off the hinges, for by doing so, he's adding to the structure. Even if the door can simply be slipped onto the hinges without screwing the hinge into the wall, it is forbidden. So basically, I think they're talking about hinges like in olden type. Not old, like maybe it's separate type. That would consist of two pieces. One would be attached to the wall, to the frame of the door, and one to the door itself, and then one it would sits on top, right? One part would sit on top, so it's easy to remove. You just open, you just lift a little, and that's it. The door is off. The door is off the hinges. But whatever we have now, and I'm looking at my hinges, so it's not so simple. It consists like of four different parts. They come into each other. So to take this door off the hinges, it's a big deal basically. But of course, I mean, all the hinges are different, but okay, makes sense. Okay, so if it came off the hinges, not allowed to put it back. Number two, so, but as we said, it's loose attachment. You just like there is no like screws, nothing. Number three, doorknob. It is forbidden to tighten the screws in a loose doorknob on Shabbos. It is also forbidden to replace the doorknob on Shabbos, even if it's merely inserted into the door without being screwed in. However, one is permitted to insert a screwdriver or some other metal rod into the hole of the doorknob and use it to open the door. So here we go. So Israel asked if we can use door with a screwdriver is a muktzah. So here's another application of the practical application of the screwdriver, right? So the doorknob you cannot replace, right? Even though it's loosely attached, because we said it's going to be biblical prohibition because you're attached to the big structure. But screwdriver you can. Okay.
Rabbi,
yes.
Let's say, I don't know, as an example, I think it might work for other cases. But let's say I had a screwdriver, right? And decided, the very strong person decided to just poke it into the wall, okay? And so now it went through the wall. Does it count as building? Does it count as a part of the wall now?
No. It's there is separate melacha is demolishing. So here actually demolished.
Understood.
Okay. Next one, mezuzah fell off the doorpost. Okay. If mezuzah fell off the doorpost, it may not be replaced on Shabbos. This refers to the both mezuzah holder and to replace the mezuzah itself inside the holder. Okay, I'm not sure, but it's possible. It depends on the design of the mezuzah. Let's say the bottom part where the scroll is, it's easily removable. So if it fell from the case, this like I don't know what is it called, like cup, whatever, like when it close up, or peg, whatever we call it. So it fell off. So and scroll fell off also. So you cannot replace the scroll basically. Okay. Continue. Number 5. Covering the broken window. One is forbidden to cover a broken window with a piece of plywood or a sheet of metal on Shabbos, even as a temporary measure. We fear that one may come to leave the covering there permanently, in which case he will have to have violated the melacha of building. Okay, just makes sense. Okay, however, one is permitted to cover the window with a cloth, provided he does not attach the cloth with nails, and that he intends as a temporary measure. Okay, so cloth is allowed, like other things that he might leave it like a building materials are not allowed. Okay. So number 6, replacing window shades or blinds. According to some authorities, one may reinsert the window shade or a set of blinds into their brackets on Shabbos. Interesting. If they one sort of the sleep sort that sleeps easily and in and out of the brackets. If, however, they're not they're of sort that fits tightly into the brackets, they may not be replaced on Shabbos. So let's read commentary and we're going to explain. Even those authorities permit one only to replace the shades in the brackets, but not hanging them initially on Shabbos. So I have this brackets. I can show you on my house. Can you see it? So I have this. Can you see it or not? no. I don't know. It's okay. Tight fit. All right. I don't want to hold. I don't want to jinx it. Let us say so basically on the sides you have these brackets and you put this vertical blind, right, from two sides. So sometimes they open by itself, and the blind can fall off. So they say if it's easy, like if it's loosely fit, mine for example it's loosely fit. So I have like I don't know like quarter inch from each side, so it goes left and right if necessary. So they say there is opinion that you can replace them if needed, if they fall off. Okay. Continue. C. Toilets, sinks, drains. Number one, replacing the toilet seat. If toilet seat was detached from the toilet, it may not be reattached on Shabbos. Furthermore, one is forbidden even to replace it without attaching, right? Because why? Because the toilet is attached to the floor, right? There is to lay it on top of the toilet without snapping it into the holes or tightening the bolts. If, however, no other toilet facility is available, one is permitted to replace the seat without attaching it. So that's let's try to understand what's going on. First of all, it's loose connection is forbidden by a rabbinic decree, but since here there is no choice and for the dignity of the person, so we allowed him to put it on top. So, but if there is another restroom, for example, he has another restroom, so he's not allowed to put it back without attaching. Attaching for sure not allowed. It would be biblical, but even to put it like without screws, without bolts, just put it on top. Yeah,
Right. Since you said that it's connected to the ground, and I think we learned that large utensils are derisive, even if what's it called? They're loosely tightened. Over here, yeah. Oh, so good so far? No.
No, let me clarify. They're not tied with big utensils. So, for example, you have a big bookcase. It's not attached at all. It's just standing on the floor. But
Correct.
since the huge size, so it is like it is attached to the ground. That's just a correction. But the rest of what you said is correct. Yes. Go ahead.
Exactly. So if I attach the toilet seat back to the toilet, right? That's supposed to be a derisa even loosely.
Yeah.
So why are they letting me do a derisa? Okay,
Yeah, exactly. No. No. The derisa. One second. So because here there is no attachment at all. You just put on top of the toilet. There is no attachment.
Okay, understood. So if there's no attachment at all, then it shouldn't even be a derabanan in the first place. There's no attachment.
No. Okay. So so if you ever try to use this seat without the bolts attached, it's not very convenient. It's like slides back and forth. You understand? So the person might get like, what is it? He would say, what is the problem? I just put the screws, the bolts inside of the holes. That's it. That's already loose attachment. Yeah, you understand? So if bolts are not there, so there's no attachment at all. You just put on top. If you put the bolts in there, so it sounds like you fix, so it would not be moved.
Understood.
Okay. So. All right. Hi, Or. So we continue our miracle building. Okay. Okay. So continue. Okay. So now number 2, removing lid that covers the toilet tank. It is permitted to remove and replace the lid that covers the toilet tank on Shabbos, provided that it is a type of that protrudes over the top of the tank. Okay. I'm not told the shoes. I'm not aware of any other type. So I all of the toilets that I saw, the lid is on top. So basically, whether you're allowed to fix it or not, that's a different story. But if it just this I don't know what this plug, right? This rubber plug that closes the toilet in. in a tank. Sometimes it's got stuck, right? There is a chain attached to this plug. It's got stuck. So if you like push it like with your finger, so it can go into the place. It's not considered fixing basically. So if you have such a situation, there is no problem. They say you can take off this lid and replace it when necessary. Okay. Oh, okay. It's actually number 3. Repairing the toilet. Okay. If a lever of the toilet tank slipped from its place, it may not be repaired on Shabbos. Okay. So lever is the thing that you push down. Right? Similarly, if the chain of the stopper became unhooked from the lever, it may not be hooked on again on Shabbos. Okay, so lever you cannot fix, and chain you also cannot fix. So basically, but you can do it manually. So if you put your hand into the toilet tank, so you can push you can pull the chain, flash, and then leave it there, right? Leave the chain, and it's going to close automatically. So basically, you can operate the toilet like this. Okay, continue. Because the toilet is attached to the building, it is regarded as a part of the building. Therefore, these repairs fall into the category of firmly attaching object to the structure. That's it. I mean, I think it's clear, which is forbidden by biblical law. Accordingly, these parts are prohibited. Accordingly, these repairs are prohibited even if there is no other toilet facility available. You understand? So since it is a biblical, so you cannot replace the chain. I think that the chain, the problem is the chain is the most like common one. That's from my experience. But as I said, you always can do it manually, and there is no problem whatsoever. Okay, continue. Note, however, that one is permitted to flush the toilet by, let's see, by what? By reaching into the tank and lifting the stopper. So that's always allowed. If one's toilet chain comes unhooked on Shabbos, the toilet can be flushed in this manner. Okay, exactly as we said. Yeah, there's no problem. Okay, continue. Number 4, using plunger on a toilet or sink. That's a problem, right? A, where the blockage is easily removed. The authorities disagree as to whether one is permitted to use a plunger on a clogged toilet on Shabbos. Okay, what's the problem? Some poskim rule that it is forbidden. And the reason that since the blockage renders the drain pipe unusable, and drain pipe is considered to be broken, hence broken in a double quotes in a halachic sense. It is broken, meaning unusable. Hence, once who clears the blockage has repaired the structure, which well is the melach of building. So basically, it was broken, and he did whatever he did with the plunger, right? And now it's working again. No, it's the melach of building. Alternatively, one who clears the blockage is regarded as having created a new drain. So that's another problem, right? This violates the melach of maki bepatish. So maki bepatish, as we said, they describe it as the last blow of the hammer. So now you complete something, right? So two reasons why we're not allowed, right? So first, it's like he fixed whatever was broken, and second, he created something new. This was no pipe, let's say in some sense, no pipe, and he did whatever he did, and now there is a pipe. Drain pipe, of course. Continue. However, other poskim maintain that using the plunger is permitted on Shabbos. They reason that since blockage does not represent an inherent problem with the toilet, it does not cause the toilet to be regarded as broken. Okay, so that's different opinion, another opinion. So one more time, and we're going to explain. However, the other poskim maintain that using plunger is permitted on Shabbos. They reason that since the blockage does not represent the inherent problem with the toilet. I mean, the toilet is okay. It does not cause the toilet to be regarded as broken because, therefore, its removal is not regarded an act of repair or creation. So, meaning that it was never broken, it was always fine, but a little clogged, so that's the reason. This poskim argue further that even if one rejects this reasoning and insists that the blockage does cause the toilet to be regarded as broken, one must surely admit that this is not the case where the blockage easily removed. That is, by using a plunger a few times. So so that's like middle ground, right? They say if it's easily removed, so it's like it's not broken, right? But if it's not easily removed, right, you have to plunge many times. So that would be a different issue. In this case, the blockage certainly does not cause the toilet to be regarded as broken, meaning if it's easily removed. Therefore, one is permitted to clear it with a plunger on Shabbos. It should be noted that that even those authorities who permit the use of plunger on Shabbos do not permit to use a snake, a flexible cable you use to clean pipes. Okay. Since the dispute involved the possible Torah prohibition, one should not rely upon the lenient view if there is other facilities available. If, however, there are no other facilities available, one may rely on lenient view and clear toilet with a plunger. Or you have like too many guests, and now like you will close I mean, how are you going to explain to go to the restroom? Okay. And a non-Jew may be instructed to clear toilet with a plunger in all instances. There's whether or not there are other facilities available. Right. So so since it might be rabbinical prohibition, right? Maybe like or even not prohibition at all. So we can ask a non-Jew. So for him, of course, it would be no problem. Okay. So continue. B. Where a different so they say if possible to use other restroom if you have one, so use another one. If you can leave this one alone until the end of the Shabbos. If not, okay, what can you do? B. Where it is, yeah.
To what extent do we have to go find a different bathroom? Because what's it called? One time I was in a place where all the bathrooms were electronic, right? So to what extent would I have to go and ask, to here and there, so on and so forth? And what's the extent to, I have to check?
Where was it? All of them electronics? It's not where in somebody's house or not?
No, what's it called? When I was in Virginia, over there, everything was.
So they usually say like even today, right? So if somebody goes to fancy schmancy hotel, for example, they say you have to do your investigation, call them in advance, ask all of the things. So one time I have from my credit card these miles, like points, right? And we use it. We checked in like a fancy schmancy Hyatt hotel, right? It was not too far from the shul, and like when we just came in, I was like shocked. Everything was electronics. All of this, like you go in the bathroom, and there is this sensor. It took me like 15 minutes to disconnect all the sensors. Like it was shocking. You understand? And one sensor we could not disconnect. So every time we would go out, we will ask this receptionist to send somebody with us so she can open the door and she can go further. It's ridiculous. You understand? But so I told my wife, if we get a cheaper hotel, we would not have these issues. But that's for sure. It is issue. I mean, if you don't have any choice, of course you can use it because it's not your intention, basically. Right, and to preserve that human dignity, they allow. But if you suspect that the place that you go might have this issue, you have to investigate and don't go there. Basically, that's the thing. Okay, so continue. B. Well, it is difficult to remove the blockage, right? If the blockage is tightly lodged in the pipe, and it's very difficult to remove, all agree that it's forbidden to use the plunger. A non-Jew, however, may be instructed to use a plunger even in that case. So I mean, the way I see it, don't leave it to the Shabbos. If you see like that you have a problem Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like one time, so do the proper cleaning. That's it, right? Continue. Number 5, sink strainer. Okay, it is permitted to remove the sink strainer from the drain and to replace it there on Shabbos. Since the strainer is made to be removed and replaced, it is not part of the structure. Therefore, one who replaces the replaced has not added to the structure. So I think that that's a good example of the loose connection, the strainer, right? And it was made this way to be removed. Okay. Number 6, replacing the handle of the sink faucet. It is forbidden to replace the faucet handle on a sink, even if it will be replaced loosely, right? And will not be screwed on. Okay, so even like loosely to put it back, so it would be easier to open and close the faucet, is not allowed. Because why? Because one more time, because same exactly the same explanation. Because these faucets are attached to the sink, a sink attached to the vanity, and vanity attached to the ground, basically. Okay, or to the pipes, let's say.
I asked this only because it's a practical application, and that is, there are some shelves which aren't wooden shelves. Some of them you have to make by yourself. You know, those plastic what's it called, shelves, or drawers or whatever that you have to put on by yourself. It comes to you all packaged like the sticks and
Okay, okay. So yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
Exactly. So does that count as some? It's never considered building, or it is considered building?
Like, no, it is building for sure.
But it was made for that purpose. It was made for the purpose.
No. The purpose was to be the end product.
Mm-hmm.
That's so you're talking about cabinet, whatever it's some I don't know, wardrobe, right? That's the product. To open the door is a normal use, but to assemble it's one time. It's not normal use. Nobody disassemble, then assemble in a Monday, disassemble on Monday to assemble on Friday after. Nobody does that. You understand? So it's not normal way. But this sink strainer, I think it's good. So you wash the dishes. You have all this garbage from food particles. So you just put it in the garbage and that's it. And put it back.
Mm-hmm. But in regards to the shades, for example, aren't the shades meant to be changed? So it should be okay to change the shades? So
that's why maybe it's easily to remove. They say clearly if it's like I wanted to show mine, but it's got stuck. I don't want to touch it. So in my, I remember like we left like maybe 1/4 inch from each side. Right, so it's very simple to remove, very simple to remove. So, but this cabinet that you put together with the screws, for sure, it's not easy to remove. And so basically, it's not attached. It just hangs on these brackets, and the bracket like has covers, and that's it.
Understood.
Okay. So 1 second, I want to finish this chapter if possible. No, not possible. We are going to finish, but okay. Okay, next one, 7. Replacing drain covers. It is prohibited to put a drain cover that has no handle back. It is prohibited to put a drain cover that has no handle back onto drain on Shabbos. Okay. If, however, the drain cover does have a handle, it may be replaced upon the drain. The fact that the handle that it has handle indicates that it made to be removed and to be replaced. Therefore, replacing it is not an act of the builder. So let me explain, because I have exactly this thing, this drain cover for a bathtub. So you put it on top, right? And sometimes they have like a ring. So if you need to take it out, you like pull a ring and that's it. So this means that it's like it is made for for temporary closure. But the one that we use is like bigger size, bigger size. So you put it on a drain and it's covers, and there is no like a handle. That's it. So in some sense they call it halachically they call it permanent because it's not so easy to remove. But we use it like if somebody wants to take a bath, that's what we use. So it's for us it's not permanent, but they consider halachically they consider permanent.
But the one with the ring, it's allowed? Yes,
it's allowed because it says that it was made to put it in and easily removed. You put the ring, you pull by the ring.
Got it. Okay.
So I mean, we go by whatever the definition halachically, not wherever we feel. Okay, number 8, cleaning out rain gutter. Rain gutter. Okay, it is forbidden to clear the gutter that is clogged with the leaves and dirt on Shabbos. The reason is that since the blockage renders the drain pipe unusable, the drain pipe is considered to be broken, even not completely unusable, but even like partially unusable. Accordingly, one who clears the blockage is considered to have repaired the structure. So I mean, the same. I mean, the more examples we read, I mean, we get like different idea, like same idea over and over, just different applications. This violates the melach of building. Alternatively, since the drain, so it's like you build the drain pipe. If it was not there because the water could not penetrate. Okay, now what you did a little clinic, and now the water goes through. Meaning what? You build this drain pipe in a sense, in halachic sense, right? Alternatively, since the drain pipe is regarded as broken, one who clears is considered to have created a new drain pipe. So this explanation, which violates the melach of makik bepatish. Okay. Very interesting. Next one. D. Placing a carpet on the floor. It is forbidden to permanently place a wall-to-wall carpet on the floor on Shabbos, since this holds true even if the carpet is not attached to the floor. For example, with nails, right? Since it is intended to remain on the floor permanently, it becomes an integral part of the floor. Hence, by laying it on the floor, has added to the structure. So he wants to improve the floor, right? He puts this wall-to-wall carpet. So right. So he probably puts the sofa bed like on top of it, other things like on top. So that's for sure. It's a permanent installation, and it's improves the floor. Okay, continue. Indoor swing. The type of the baby swing that clips onto the top of the door frame may be attached in Shabbos. Since it is made to be attached and detached, the melach of builder does not apply. So for baby, they just to entertain the baby. So you put it in the doorway, attached to the frame, and then when you're done, I mean, nobody leaves there after the baby is not there. I mean, you need to use the doorway. Okay, so that's why it is allowed. Okay, next part, number 7, practical application of the prohibition against assembling utensils. A, furniture. Oh, that's what we are discussing before, furniture. Number 1, replacing shelves and pegs in a small bookcase. So we're not talking about doors, we're talking about shelves and pegs. So pegs, just to understand, they usually tightly fit into the holes, but shelves they just be placed on top, so it's loosely fit. Okay, it is permissible to replace the shelves and supporting pegs, interesting, of the small bookcase on Shabbos. Commentary. Inserting shelves and pegs for the first time is forbidden on Shabbos, right? On account of melach of makik bepatish. Okay, so let's say they this peg fell off, so you can put it back, basically, according to what we said. Let's see. This is because the bookcase is a small utensil, and shelves and pegs are made to fit loosely. I'm not sure they say loosely, but in my experience, they're not loosely. I don't know, maybe you're talking about different things. The different pegs. Even metal or the wood ones, they're not loose. I don't know. Under these circumstances, the melacha of building does not apply. So if it's loosely, meaning this was it, the shelf, and loose fitting of this what you call this pegs, there is no problem. If, however, the pegs fit tightly, so I think that's the case in most of the time, onto the holes, they may not be inserted on Shabbos. Okay. Continue. This holds true only if the bookcase is not attached to the wall. Okay, so let's see, what does it mean? This holds true only if the bookcase is not attached to the wall, right? So if it's attached to the wall, we said that that's already structure. If, however, part of the structure. If, however, the bookcase is attached to the wall, it is regarded as a part of the structure, and in that case, one is forbidden to replace the shelves and pegs, even if they're attached loosely. So that's should be clear to us. Okay, so if it's attached to the wall, it's part of the building itself, and of course you cannot do loosely or tightly. Okay, number two. Sorry. Rehanging the door of the small bookcase or cabinet. It is permissible to rehang the door onto the small bookcase on Shabbos, provided it is not tightly attached. For example, a door that hangs loosely from the prongs, or a sliding door. So a sliding door, it's like it sits on a rail. That's it, right? Or it sits on a rail, being supported by this bracket. Okay, either or, right? So, but anyway, it's a loose connection, right? Loose prongs or a sliding door that's loosely in a truck. Okay, they call it truck. Sorry, they call it truck. Since it is a small utensil and the door is made to be attached loose or only loosely, the melacha of building does not apply. Here too, if the bookcase is attached to the wall, it is regarded as a part of the structure. Therefore, even loosely fitting door may not be rehanged. So that's I think should be clear. Okay, so if it's attached to the structure, you cannot do. And we have one commentary, and it says, as in the case of the shelves and pegs, although the door may be rehung on Shabbos, it may not be attached to it on the first place. So that's the thing. Okay, so maybe we'll do one. Yeah, go ahead. Question? No, okay. Now, number 3. Replacing doors, shelves, pegs of a large bookcase or cabinet. So as we understand, it should be biblical, right? In the case of the large bookcase or cabinet, one is prohibited to replace the components such as doors, shelves, pegs, and the like on Shabbos, even if they are not made to be tightly attached. This is because the large utensils is halakhically regarded as a building, so it's like separate building, right? And it is forbidden to attach even loose fitting attachments to a structure on Shabbos. So same as we said about the doorknob to the door. Okay. Number 4, a returning drawer to the dresser. So this one should be very interesting. If the drawer of the small dresser came completely out, so we're talking about completely, not like a normal way half or like 3/4, right? Completely out. It may be replaced on Shabbos since it is made to fit only loosely in a dresser. So we're talking about small dresser. If, however, the drawer of a large dresser came out, it may not be replaced on Shabbos. For the drawer is not intended to be entirely removed from the dresser. Therefore, its replacement is an act of the building. Since a large utensil is regarded as a building, even loose fitting addition is forbidden. So that's so we have to understand like which is one, which is a small one, which is a big one. So basically, with a big one, big utensil. So I mean, with big drawer. So in my mind, like the way I see it, the bigger drawer would be like you have two drawers, like two sets of the drawers, one on the left, one on the right, on the right. So I mean to make it such a big dresser. Okay, so if it's a big one, so you cannot replace the drawer. But on another hand, the way I see, like in all of the drawers that I use, unless it's very cheap, even IKEA, I think cheap IKEA style, they have some kind of like stopper, so it's you would not take it off so simply, I think. Okay, so let's stop here. Yeah, stop here. Yeah, go ahead.
If I plug into a fridge, right? If I plug a fridge into a wall, okay, like the outlet, does it count as building?
Meaning that I think it is counted as building also. Yes. Very interesting. Very interesting. I never thought of it. Yes, but it is attached to the wall. So that this outlet, like tightly attached to the wall, right? This cord tightly attached to refrigerator, and then you plug. So basically, how do you know it's tightly attached? How do you know that this plug is not going to come off come out so easily? I say you have to like pull it. Okay, very good point. Very good point. Okay. Any other questions? Okay, go ahead.
We don't say that it's meant to be unplugged. We don't say that over here.
Usually with refrigerator, no. When last time you unplug your refrigerator? Never. Exactly. Never.
Okay. What's it called? So I have two questions on Chumash.
Yes.
Okay. So in chapter 40, verse 6, it says that they were aggrieved. The cupbearer and the baker both of them were not happy. Okay. After their dreams, it says both. Okay. Now, so I have a problem like this. Rashi says that both of them knew each other, the interpretation of each other's dream, right? And also the cupbearer, he had a very good dream. Okay. If I had a dream of $10 million, whatever, he had a dream of the vines. If I had that dream, why would I be sad? It says in the pasuk that they were aggrieved, right? Then the second thing is, okay, this guy said, both of them are in a cell, okay? And they would probably talk about it. So why didn't this one tell that one the interpretation and this one tell that one the interpretation?
They forgot. They forgot the interpretation. Forgot. So some things, like for example, I don't know, like some things that you learned some time ago, and then you forgot after a period of time, and then somebody start talking, you say, I remember. After the first sentence, he can finish. You can finish whatever he was trying to say, word to word. But to start this idea, like sometimes, like I want to say something, it's like I cannot find like with the flashlight, with the torch in my mind what I wanted to say. 3 seconds ago, zero, absolute zero. I don't remember. But if you give me like small hint, so I remember and I can talk. So that was exactly what was the reason. Yes.
So what's it called? That explains why they didn't say to each other the interpretation. But why was the cupbearer? Why was he sad about his dream? He surely remembered his dream. That's why both of them were sad, because of their dreams, I assume.
So, but what was the dream of cupbearer? So he was squeezing the grape. Okay, go.
Yeah, and it was blossoming and so on and so forth. Not a bad dream at all. Not a bad dream.
But he's in a prison, right? He's in a, how does he know what it was? I mean, not such a bad, not such a bad dream. Maybe the dream that it might have been if you would not get into the prison, But now you're here. If you not do whatever you do, so it would be good for you. But now, I guess, what happened to you?
Understood.
So you need interpretation, and somebody asked me a question just recently. Yeah, the person they said, I had such and such dream, and I looked up in a dream book of dreams, and this is and it says that it means this and that. So my question to you, to me, it's one part of the dream. You understand? So I told this person, we don't believe in dreams. Why will you go in a Goyish book of dreams and get the answer? So it's like whatever it says, it's like I don't know, like Moshe Rabbeinu said, right? But some things it was not in that book, so that person decided to ask me. You understand? So it's complete nonsense. So only as Yosef said, he said, but all of the interpretation from HaShem, no? That's what he said. How can person interpret? Only HaShem can interpret. Okay. Any other questions? Or Israel? Okay, so we stop here. So tomorrow, okay, go ahead. Go ahead. Any questions? No. Okay, so tomorrow 2 p.m. is good? 2 p.m. B'ezrat Hashem. Okay, so let me start recording. 1 second, stop recording.
אני מברך את הרבנים, רגע. אני מברך את הרבנים, הרב ירון ראובן, הרב אפרים כחלון, ראשי ארגון בעזרת השם, שהלכו בפי עליון, שעלו מעלה, יהיה להם ברכה והצלחה, הקדוש ברוך הוא ימלא בישועות ליבם לטובה ולברכה, שבכל מה שיפנו ישכילו ויצליחו, יזכו לעשות כאלה וכאלה, הודיעו תורה לאדירה, אמן ואמן.
בעזרת השם רשת בכל הארץ. הוא היהודי הזה, הוא היה מיליונר, סגר את כל הביזנס, אמר אני משקיע פה בעולמה של תורה.
איפה הוא גר?
בפלורידה.
פלורידה, איפה זה פלורידה? באמריקה.
במיימי. כן, ליד. אנחנו שם עכשיו הולכים להקים קהילה ספרדית.
חזק אותו בשמי.
קהילה ספרדית גדולה.
תעבירו מה שבירכתי אותו.
כן, קהילה ספרדית גדולה.